I just got done watching the first episode of The Ultimate Fighter this season with Daniel Cormier and Chael Sonnen, and let me tell you, it's going to be a good season. I truly believe it's going to be a good season. So, The Ultimate Fighter season 33 is a little different in the format due to the fact that usually the coaches are meant to fight each other, but that kind of got destroyed when Connor and Chandler were on the show. Because obviously they never fought, they probably never will. Connor's out partying in Vegas, doing lines off God knows what. And Michael Chandler's throwing medicine balls in the gym. So we'll probably never see that fight. And we're definitely not going to see this one, although there's probably a higher chance of us seeing DC and Sonnen than McGregor Chandler. But, anyways, this season, I'm telling you, it's going to be like one of the OG seasons. First reason I'm saying this is because both of these coaches, especially Chael Sonnen, are massive characters. Chael Sonnen, known as one of the greatest trash talkers in UFC history, paired up with DC, who's an amazing commentator in our reality. Some people might not like him. Some people might think he's biased, this, that, or the other. At the end of the day, DC can talk. That's like just straight up. Obviously, Chael can talk too, but these guys aren't just going to have the personality of a wall when they're talking in the interviews this season or building up their fighters, stirring the pot like Daniel Cormier was saying, "Ooh, va mujer," to Chael's guy when he was weighing in. They was building tension. They were staring each other down. There was legit like animosity, and you could feel it in the air. Chael made a funny remark about the little kid's hammer, or he called it a plunger. But yeah, Chael and DC are both great personalities. They know how to talk. They know how to entertain fans. And on top of that, they have great chemistry together. Chael and DC literally have a podcast together where they talk about God knows what for an hour each week. Like their chemistry they work well together. So putting them two in a show and coaching against each other is always going to be a great formula for success. I mean, these guys know how to interact with each other, how to build off one another. It makes for a perfectly smooth and entertaining build up to all these fights and just entertainment. And then, another reason I think this season will be so good is we got great assistant coaches. We got Colby Covington, one of Chael's biggest assistant coaches, and Michael Chiesa for DC. Michael Chiesa hasn't got too much screen time. He got a little interview side piece, same with Colby, but I think this is cool. We're having these older fighters who, Colby Covington, I don't want to say he's a fan favorite, but he definitely has a draw to him. Like he's one of the bigger fighters in the UFC. He's headlined non-title pay-per-views before. So if you don't think he's a draw, then you're delusional. And then Michael Chiesa, a vet of the sport and a winner of the Ultimate Fighter. Just a great person to have in the mix. And who knows, maybe they're going to have Colby and Chiesa fight at the end, which I think would be great. That matchup is perfect for both their positions right now. They're both older. They both haven't been doing too hot lately. And it's kind of a vet versus vet matchup. Both amazing grapplers. I think Colby and Chiesa would be a great fight. This show could ultimately set it up, and UFC could slap it on as a co-main to a pay-per-view. It definitely has to be 5 rounds. Every Colby fight has to be 5 rounds. I think that's a potential fight that could be made down the line. But as I was saying, they're also going to bring on multiple TUF winners throughout the show. Robert Whittaker, I saw. Rose Namajunas. I think Kamaru Usman's coming on. All these guys they're bringing in. They're bringing in so many faces and fan favorites from all over the UFC, all in the season. And I think they're going to have at least one guest appearance each episode, which just adds to the anticipation of the show coming out each week. On top of that, there's real beef with the guys in this house. They have actual personality, unlike the seasons prior where it's the same story every time. Oh, I have a family. I'm going to cry on camera. XYZ. No, there's interesting build up here. Like, we got the dude from Team Sonnen who does not like the guy from Team DC. The guy from Team DC is real loud. He's some big hunky Brazilian bald guy, and they're getting into spats. They're really going at it in the house. I'm excited to see them fight. And same with the first fight. I was excited to see it. A lot of trash talk was coming from the DC side of things, and Chael Sonnen kept it humble and said he's going to let his fighter do the talking. And then the fighter taps out DC's boy, and he's shouting at them, "Ooh, va mujer." It was a pretty cool moment. Round one submission, and this guy's getting his revenge for all the trash talk he's making them eat their words pretty much. To be completely frank with you, this season is on track to be one of the best seasons, and I don't care what anyone says. You need to take off the rose-tinted glasses. You need to take out the nostalgia buys and see the season for what it is. It's going to be a truly entertaining season, I am telling you. Again, Chael Sonnen, a huge personality in the sport. It is impossible to have a Boring show. Oh yeah, also DC. Not only does he do the commentary, but he is also on the weigh-in show and is always cracking jokes on there. Whether you think they're funny or not, that's up to you, but they have experience in this field and they can make for great television. They've also both been coaches on TUF before. Another part they have that's really good is the weight classes. They have flyweight, which flyweight fights are always entertaining, high level, and welterweight. So we're probably going to see some knockouts there, some bigger guys. And if there's no knockouts, I'd be surprised. But welterweight's one of the most fun. Honestly, anything from like flyweight to middleweight are all pretty fun. But then once you get to light heavyweight and heavyweight, it's kind of like these guys are fat and slow. They gas out in 2 seconds. So it's not as fun, but I'd say like middleweight down to flyweight are all prime. And honestly, welterweight slightly beats out middleweight. I'm saying in general, not like the current UFC. Although welterweight right now is actually better than middleweight in the UFC. But in general, welterweight's going to be more entertaining. The guys are faster. It's a good mix between speed and knockout power in welterweight, plus technique. Middleweight, they kind of lose that speed. Like I said, the two weight classes they have here are two of the most entertaining weight classes they could have brought on. Both male divisions. We're not going to see petty female drama. We're going to see pure testosterone. Even some of the personalities on the show, like this Indian dude washing his feet the second he gets in the house, I thought it was pretty peculiar.
And the first fighter from India in the Ultimate Fighter show.
What are you doing, bro?
Blessed. So grateful today I'm here. Inshallah, I will make all the Indian proud and show the world that what Indian MMA can do.
Why is washing his feet the first thing this guy thinks to do when he gets inside the house? Not claim a bed, not freaking, I don't know, look at the house. Like this guy goes straight to the bathroom and is putting his feet in the sink. I don't know what kind of cultural divide there is where that's not clicking right with me, but look, these dudes are peculiar. And just based off episode 1, I can tell you it's better than the past 5 seasons of TUF. Will we see, I'm not going to let you get close moment? Probably not. I don't think DC and Chael are going to get in too many spats, but the teams are going to get into fights. The teams have a heated rivalry, and it's going to make for good television. I'm calling it right now. It's going to be a good season. So if you just take off your nostalgia glasses and actually enjoy the season and watch it objectively, not with some bias saying, oh, new TUF always sucks. You would actually enjoy it. If you like UFC, you would enjoy it. The fights are going to be good. The entertainment's going to be there. The tensions are going to be there. I don't know what else you could want. Dana White actually shows up and acts like he cares about it. So I ain't complaining. I think it's going to be a good season, and I'd love to hear what you guys think, but that's all I have for today. I want to thank you for watching if you're still here, and I'll see you soon.